Before you think about taking care of someone else, you first need to be able to take care of yourself. We dive into the whys and how of self-care. This is Geek Connection. Hello, and welcome to our next episode of Geek Connection, where our goal is to help equip you with the knowledge and skills to connect to the person that's right for you. Quick disclaimers. Obviously, it is my hope and wish that these techniques and tips will help increase your chance of finding a good partner, but no technique is right 100% of the time for 100% of the people. And also, everyone knows a guy who's done none of these and has an amazing partner. These episodes are designed to help increase your chances at finding a person that's right for you, and so you don't have to be lucky. And if they don't apply perfectly for you, that's okay. So, getting started. One of the biggest issues I've seen is when a potential guy is wanting to date a girl is this. The guy doesn't look like he can take care of a plant, much less take care of another human being. I interact with many people who say that they would be perfect to take care of someone if they were just given the chance. But it falls on deaf ears because they look like they can't even take care of themselves. So, continuing our conversations on first impressions, clothes can only take you so far. Have you ever done a search for what women want in a man? You'll see things like, I want a sense of humor, and I want confidence and trustworthiness, and so on like that. It's websites like this that leave men very frustrated because they do have a sense of humor, and they are trustworthy, and they are friendly, and they do open doors for women, and yet, for some reason, they keep striking out. Maybe this sounds like you. Maybe you're confused as to what you're doing wrong because you are doing the things that all the websites tell you need to be doing, and it's just not working. I'm going to give you some real, honest advice. And what I want to impress upon you is something that very, very few websites are actually going to tell you. And it's this. Women have a minimal standard of attractiveness. What does that mean? Think of it this way. You don't need to be a 10 to not want to date a 2, right? And in fact, most men are the exact same way. We're not out looking for the Victoria's Secret model, though, of course, that would be really nice. Now, the reason is because there's actually 3 kinds of looks. There's attractive, unattractive, and average. And when a woman is polled on 2 contrasting characteristics, say attractiveness versus a sense of humor, what we want to believe is that an unattractive guy with a sense of humor would be better than an attractive guy without one. That is just wrong. Because in her mind, she's not thinking of an unattractive guy with a sense of humor and an attractive one that doesn't. What she's actually thinking of is an average guy with a sense of humor versus an attractive guy without one. Now, a study that was done by Madeleine Fugere, a professor of social psychology at Eastern Connecticut State University, illustrates this point very well. She asked young women ages 18 to 29 to choose potential dates from a series of photographs and descriptions, and that she even asked the women's mothers, ages 37 to 61, were asked to select possible boyfriends for their daughters using the exact same information. Now, she showed each woman the photograph of 3 men. One of these men was considered attractive, one was considered only moderately attractive, and the other was considered unattractive. And each of these photographs came with one of 3 trait profiles, containing traits that the women had selected as either highly desirable or just desirable. After looking at the 3 photographs and the personality profiles, the women were asked to rate how attractive they found each man, how favorable they thought that his personality description was, and how desirable he was to date. And in the case of the moms, they had to rate as to whether or not he should date their daughter. Okay? The results showed that as long as a man was considered attractive or moderately attractive, both mothers and daughters would pick the guy who had the most desirable personality traits, which kind of makes sense. But when the unattractive male was paired with even the most highly desirable personality profile, neither daughters or mothers rated him as favorable as a potential romantic partner. Meaning that women are only willing to consider a man's personality's characteristics if they meet a required level of attractiveness. This can also explain why you see attractive women with average-looking guys, because they met the minimal threshold of attractiveness and then filled in the rest with their great personality. It's also why taking the best care of yourself physically is so crucially important, because you want to be able to get over that minimal level of attractiveness so that way all of your amazing personality can come out, okay? Because it's much harder to get a second look if you can't even pass your first look. Also, to tack on something that I see a lot of guys complain about, you don't have to be a gym rat either. In fact, my advice to you is to not be a gym rat. Unless, of course, you want to be. don't let me stop you from going to the gym. But studies show that you don't have to live at the gym or even go every day to stay healthy. The Department of Health says that doing 2.5 hours of just moderate intensity a week can help keep you in shape. And that's like 3 episodes of your favorite show that you're going to watch anyway? Okay? And that's not every day. That's not every 3 days. That's 2.5 hours a week. Okay? It amazes me when I hear guys say they will do anything for the woman. They would love to do so much for the girls of their dreams. And yet 2.5 hours of going to the gym or working out a week is just too much for them. So now that we've gone over why you should invest in yourself, let's go over some areas of self-care that are often overlooked by guys. Now again, keep in mind that taking care of yourself is not about being natural. It's about being intentional, okay? For all the guys who want to just do the all-natural look, okay, I want to let you in on a little secret here. Grooming is essential, okay? And what do I mean by that? Grooming is the act of hair removal, shaving, styling, or trimming your hair of the male body, which otherwise is known as manscaping. Now, for most of the time, manscaping is used in a bit more of a specific area, but grooming is not just one area, it's your whole body. Women understand the importance of hair removal much better than men. They wax, they shave, they pluck, and I've seen too many men think that women will just fall in love with them for their natural charm. Men, if you're not investing in yourself, you're selling yourself short. Remember, all this goes back to the same theme. If you can't take care of yourself, you probably can't take care of them. If you can take care of yourself, they are much more likely to think you can take care of them. So guys, there's trimmed hairy and there's Bigfoot hairy. Know the difference because women absolutely do. And if you have a beard, that's fine. Keep it trimmed. But in 2010, the survey of American women polled nearly 10,000 women, and they found the following. 8% preferred men who had full beards, 45% preferred men who had stubble on their faces, and 47% preferred a man who had a clean-shaven face. Now, a study done by Gillette in 2015, a company that might know a little bit about grooming, stated that in a study of 100,000 men from across America, well-groomed men got 37% more matches on their social media apps. Now, haircuts matter. Trimmed eyebrows matter. Yes, even for men. Okay? Grooming helps show a potential partner that you're willing to invest in yourself. And if you want to increase your chances, you need to show you're willing to put an effort into that. Well, that's our show for today. I hope you learned something, and I hope you join us next time on the episode of Geek Connection.